guys, and welcome to your 2-Minute Money Manager. I'm your host, Stacey Johnson, and this answer is brought to you by MoneyTalksNews.com, serving up the best in personal finance news and advice since 1991. Today's question comes to us from Steve. I get a lot of questions like this, too. Steve says, I'm 67, my wife's 63. If we both work till we're 70, which is the plan, we will have combined Social Security incomes of more than $6,000 a month. We'll have no mortgage and between $800,000 and $1 million in savings. But with all that, we're still stressing about retirement, and we'd like to relax a little bit. Can we relax? Will we have enough? Okay, Steve, let's talk about this. Now, Steve says he and his wife plan on working until they're 70. Combined, they're going to have more than $6,000 a month from Social Security, and they're going to have close to $1 million in savings. So let me ask you, will they have enough? What do you think? Well, the problem is, to answer that question, you really can't without knowing what they plan to spend every month when they're in retirement. So if you're approaching retirement, here are 2 simple steps to figure out if you're going to have enough monthly income. Step 1 is figure out what you're going to have. Now, Steve did a good job of guessing how much he's going to have when he retires, about $1 million. Now, so what I'm saying is, forget the income you're going to have from Social Security. Now we're going to just focus on the savings. Steve says he's going to have $1 million. So what he could do, though, is he could figure out how much that $1 million could add to his income. Now, a simple, quick, back-in-the-envelope way to do this is simply divide your total savings, expected savings, whatever, by your life expectancy. For example, say, like Steve, you're going to retire at 70, and you expect to have $1 million in savings. You estimate your joint life expectancy, and you can look this up at socialsecurity.gov, or you could look up and see what your life expectancy is. Let's say his joint life expectancy with his wife is 20 years. He's got $1 million. Divide that by 20 years, you get $50,000 a year. Now, Steve has a very rough estimate of how much monthly income his savings could generate, providing he's willing to spend down his capital. Now, add that to their Social Security of $6,000 a month, or $72,000 a year, and Steve and his wife can expect to bring in $122,000 a year. Now, obviously, we hope that Steve and his wife will be growing their savings during retirement, not simply spending their principal. Like I said, the exercise I just went through, just taking your savings and dividing it by your life expectancy, that's a quick, down and dirty computation, but it gives you some kind of idea how much your savings can add to your income. So again, take what you're going to have in savings, divide it by your life expectancy, add what you'll get from other sources, like Social Security, and you've got a quick income number to work with. Now here's step 2, and this is just as important. Figure out how much you're going to need. All things being equal, you're probably not going to need as much income in retirement as you're spending now. On the other hand, depending on how you intend to spend your retirement years, you could be spending more than you are today. How am I supposed to know what you're going to do? Either way, retirement planning means confronting your future. Are you going to be sitting on the porch? Or are you going to be staying in luxury hotels as you travel around the world? If you have no idea or can't imagine how much you'll spend during your retirement years, that's okay. It's obviously hard to know that. Just use the amount you're spending now for a rough estimate. And if you don't know how much you're spending now, what a great time this is to figure that out. Use some sort of budgeting app, or simply just write down everything you spend until you have a handle on how much money is going out every month. Now, after going through these 2 steps, you're going to have at least some kind of an idea whether you're going to have enough. Granted, this is an exceedingly simple look. You can and should drill down a lot more, and the sooner you do that, the better. Okay, one last tip. When it comes to retirement planning, obviously, as I just said, the sooner the better you do this, because there's no reason for you to feel like an idiot as retirement approaches and you don't have enough money. So plan early and you're going to have more options. Maybe you can put away more money. Maybe you can get a side job. Maybe you can make more money at work. Maybe you can think about where you might be able to live for less when you retire and downsize. In short, the sooner you start confronting your likely retirement reality, the better off you're going to be. Does that make sense? Hope that answers your question, Steve. Now, what about you folks there? You got a question of your own to ask? Well, then do what Steve did. Simply hit reply to any Money Talks email newsletter and fire away. I can't answer every question. I get a ton of them, but I will do my best. And if you're not getting our newsletter, you got to fix that right now. Go to moneytalksnews.com and subscribe. It's free, takes 5 seconds, and will absolutely, positively make you richer. I'm Stacey Johnson. See you right here next time.